Hello everyone, Douglas here, and welcome to my classic Doctor Who review, and thank you for not watching Ghost Hunters. And today, I will be reviewing The Edge of Destruction. This story is the first story to have 2 episodes, and this story is a filler, but for me, it's a classic. This story is the first one to be written by Doctor Who script editor David Whitaker, and he wrote The Power of the Daleks and The Evil of the Daleks. This story takes place mostly inside the Tardis, and this story is again directed by 2 directors. Episode 1 is directed by Richard Martin, who directed the previous story, The Daleks, and Episode 2 is directed by Frank Cox. In episode 1, called The Edge of Destruction, we start off where the Daleks left off from, and we are inside the console room, and the TARDIS malfunctions, and a bright light, and everything goes dark, and everybody is knocked out. We see Barbara, played by Jacqueline Hill, and she is back on her feet. We see Susan, played by Caroline Ford, and she is also back on her feet, and she lost her memory. We see the first Doctor, played by William Hartnell, and he cut his head. We see Ian, played by William Russell, and he is back on his feet. We see the Doctor is dreaming about Susan about not taking her back. We see Susan is back in the console room, and the doors are open. Susan thinks that there is something inside the ship. We see Ian goes to the doors, and they closed by themselves, and he walks away, and the doors open, and he walks to the doors again, and they are closed. We see Susan goes to the console, and there is something taking over, and Susan collapses. We see Ian take Susan to the bedroom, and Ian places her on the bed. We see Ian is getting water, and we see Susan has scissors. And she is going crazy. When you see Susan's face, she looks psycho. And that scene got the show in trouble with the BBC. We see the Doctor is back on his feet, and he thinks the TARDIS has landed somewhere. We see Barbara is checking in on Susan, and Susan starts asking weird questions and sweating. And does Susan think she is under interrogation? And Barbara knew she has the scissors, and you should have hidden them in the first place. We see Barbara gets the scissors out of Susan's hand. I like Susan's line about something on board, and Susan says that the thing would hide in one of them. We find out from Ian they checked the system and everything is perfect. So, what happened to the TARDIS? Well, we will find out soon. On the TARDIS scanner, we see a planet, and then it explodes. We see the Doctor is accusing Ian and Barbara of sabotaging the TARDIS. One of the best Barbara moments when she tells the Doctor off, and Barbara sees a melted clock, and their watches get affected as well. We see the Doctor is checking on his companions, and we see the Doctor goes into the console room, and we see someone is about to strangle the Doctor, and that is the end of episode 1. In episode 2, called The Brink of Disaster, we see Ian is about to strangle the Doctor, and he looks scared. We see Susan gets her memory back, and we see Susan believes Barbara. We hear the alarm go off, and that is the danger signal. And we find out the fault locator gives them a warning. We find out from the TARDIS is on the point of disintegration. We hear a boom, and the TARDIS column moves. We find out that they have 10 minutes to survive. We find out that the Doctor used the fast return switch to go back to Earth. And we find out that switch is broken. And they fixed it, and the TARDIS gets its power back. We see Susan and Barbara discover a giant footprint, and that is the end. This story, you can tell that the TARDIS is alive. And this story reminds me of two Doctor Who stories in the new series, Midnight and Amy's Choice. I watched a review of Midnight by Habro Holmes, and he said, never trust the smartest person in the room, because the smartest person becomes the leading figure in the group. And I can see that point in this story. This story is such a classic, and this deals with fear and paranoia. The cast is good, the script by David Whitaker, and the direction by Richard Martin and Frank Cox is good, and I would give this story a 10 out of 10. So that is my review on The Edge of Destruction. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If there is a classic Doctor Who story you want me to review next, leave it in the comments, and I will see you all next time.